What's going on, guys? So in front of you, you are looking at the new Toro Z-Master 2000 HDX with MyRide. MyRide is that suspension platform right there. Super comfortable. This mower was actually provided to me by the good folks over at Toro for review and evaluation on my channel at no charge. So I really appreciate that. And you know what? I'm gonna be honest and truthful about anything. This wasn't sponsored. So a sponsored thing is where they pay you to say good things about a product. And in my case, they specifically said, we want real feedback. We want you to give your honest opinion on this, especially coming out of the SCAG that we still have that gave us a few issues initially. So they knew what they were getting into when they chose to go this route, and I really appreciate them for trusting me with their product. That being said, you can see some things on this mower that make it a little bit unique. And in a previous video, you probably saw where my father and I tackled adding this stuff to it. I'm not gonna lie, it was a bit of a challenge. It wasn't as straightforward or as simple as I thought it would be. That being said, you know, it took us probably 2 hours total to get everything installed. Once it's installed, boy, does it give you a lot of extra capability and flexibility with this mower. Super cool. The first one is this absolutely awesome 5-gallon bucket holder. So it has these additional mounts here. I'm still trying to figure out what you would use those for. I was even scouring like the internet trying to find what you might put there, and I couldn't really figure it out. So if anybody knows, please let me know. That being said, it holds a 5-gallon bucket very well. And you probably see some things in the bucket that are kind of tools of the trade out here for dealing with a certain critter that likes to make giant mounds and mess up the yard. It's my gopher stuff. And then an even more elusive thing you probably never see on my channel is that right there. Some of you may call that a tripod. Coming around to this side, you can see we have the new Echo connected to the weed eater connection on the side of the mower. So this allows me to bring my weed eater with me. And why is that important? Because when you're getting around some of these trees here, you know, you have to get off, drop your ROPS, go around the tree, get off, put the ROPS back up, and a weed eater can kind of tackle that for you. So you don't have to do that. You don't have to get out. You can basically cut as close as you can to the tree, get off with your weed eater, trim around the tree, and you're all set to go. So that is really cool. The fact that you can bring that with you saves you a trip back to put the mower away so you can then walk out there with the weed eater to knock out that portion of mowing the lawn and dealing with it. So super cool. 23.5 horsepower Kawasaki FX 730V. This is not fuel injected, but you know, it starts up super quick every time. There's your MyRide adjustment here on the back. Super cushy, super comfortable. You know, I may drop it back down in terms of firmness from 4 to 3, just so I can kind of feel the difference, because I made it a little bit firmer and I feel like I could probably make it a little softer. I love the fact I have the little hitch receiver on the back, but today's video is all about getting the mole traps set up and put in place. So we're going to go out, check the mole traps, see what we've caught, if we've caught anything, and put new mole traps down. And that was the huge benefit of having this 5-gallon bucket added to the side. So everything else I just said from the beginning of the video to now was kind of a long-winded way of saying I love the 5-gallon bucket holder because I can carry around my mole capturing gear with me. Just that easy. Okay, well, I gotta be honest with you. These things work. And there is our gopher. Crazy. This one got his paw stuck in it. This thing is huge. He's trying to dig. Check that out. I'm gonna spare you the gory details of what happens next. Not gonna lie, he's kind of adorable. But he did that. We can't have that being done in the yard, so we're gonna get rid of him. And you know, it's kind of the circle of life, because getting rid of him is gonna feed really big birds that come around here that help me get rid of them. So we're gonna deal with him, and again, not gonna do it on camera. So we're gonna move this trap somewhere else and figure out what next. Okay, one down. Let's go check the other trap. Unfortunately, I haven't caught anything in this trap. It's actually been out here for a couple of days. Looks like he's probably burrowed his way around it, because whenever you see dirt in the trap itself, it generally means they went around the side of it. But we're gonna trigger this one. This is what I do. There we go. Gonna go move it to another area. It is super cool having that bucket with me. Okay, so I actually have a mound out here near my trailer. Let me set the tripod up so I can show you what I do. Now, you don't probe the mound itself, because that's just where they're putting the actual sand. You probe around it to find the tunnel. So you typically will find 3 tunnels. You'll find one that kind of runs alongside and the one that shoots out to where the mound is. And the way you can tell is if the probe just drops into it after a couple of inches underground. So there is a tunnel right here, but it's a little too deep, which means I'll put a lot of stress on this. I'm going to try to find one that's a little closer to the surface. All right, so you can see that it dropped down. It's not too far under, so I don't have to worry about putting too much stress on this, and I'm going to go ahead and mount my next trap right there. Okay, it is set. Ideally, I like it to be straight up and down, but it really doesn't matter as long as it's in the tunnel itself. You know, as long as this is also an active tunnel. If they're not using it anymore, then it'll sit here and I'll have to check it in a couple of days and see what happens. Typically, or apparently, you can catch these things in a couple of hours most of the time, because once they see the light coming in through the hole you made, they're going to want to cover it up. So, you know, I might catch one here really quickly, or it might take a little while, but we'll come back and check on this one in a couple of days just to see what's going on. The good thing is this is an area that I actively drive past, so I can just look over at it and see this one. The other one I'll have to drive out to. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. And again, absolutely love having the bucket, having the weed eater, and everything attached to the mower, because it gives me just that much more flexibility in terms of being able to carry what I need with me, especially if I'm mowing the grass. I can keep my gopher equipment inside of this bucket, and if I run across a gopher hole, I can go ahead and put the trap down after I mow near it, and you know, I don't have to worry about coming back. This makes just my life out here that much simpler, and that's always what you're looking for. Anyways, guys, I sure hope you've enjoyed this video. If you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very soon.